What's up, fifth grade? This is Mr. Rindo. Today is our first challenge problem. So I've been doing review with Rindo every week, and that helps us practice things that we've already learned. This problem is going to be doing something different. This problem is going to be teaching something that normally isn't taught in fifth grade. And what we want to do is we want to give you guys opportunities to learn new things and challenge yourselves and see if you can problem solve. So today's problem is about probabilities. And you've probably heard that word before. Probabilities are talking about the likeliness that something specific is going to happen, okay? And we use them all the time mathematically. When I think of an example in the real world, think of a weatherman or a weatherwoman. Like a meteorologist, typically, they use probabilities every single day. Like they say, hey, there's a 35% chance it's going to rain. There's a 45% chance of snow. And when they are giving you those percentages, they are describing the likelihood that it's going to snow or that it's going to rain. And so what I want to do is I want to teach you more specifically about how probabilities work and how to start using mathematics to think about the likeliness of something happening. So I'm going to go ahead and pose a question. So I have right here, I have a classic six-sided die or a dice, okay? And the question right here is simply asking like, hey, if I roll this dice just one time, how likely is it that I roll a six? And most of you guys are probably thinking, well, that's pretty obvious. Like I have a 1 out of 6 chance. And that's correct because I could roll a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6. So right now, if I roll this dice one time, I have a 1 out of 6 chance. And I'm going to represent that probability as a fraction. So like, for example, I'm going to say 1 out of 6. We're going to think about that as the fraction 1/6. So it's easy so far. Like, hey, yeah, if I roll that one time, I have a 1 in 6 chance, 1 out of 6 chance, 1/6 is the likelihood that I'm going to roll a 6. And if you think about the other way, I have a 5/6 chance of not rolling a 6. So far more likely that I won't. But you know what? Let's try it just for fun. And yeah, I failed, which I think we could have expected. So here's the deal. What I want to do now is I want to challenge you with a question. I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm going to ask you to then pause it and go ahead and give it a shot and work it out. And when you think you have an answer or you think you figured it out, then resume the video so that we can talk about how to solve it. So my question now is this right here. With 2 rolls, how likely is it that I will roll a 6 both times? So we're going to roll this dice twice. And my goal is to roll a 6 on the first one and then roll a 6 again on the second one. And I want to know, like, how likely is it that that is going to happen? So go ahead and pause the video and give it a shot. And once you think you have a solution or once you think you've figured it out, continue the video because in about 3 seconds here, I'm going to begin the process of solving it. Okay. All right. Welcome back. Hopefully you've had a chance to work it out. So now what I'm going to do, and this is, guys, this is going to be kind of long at first, but what I want to do is I want to write down every possibility. I want to write down everything that could happen if I roll this dice twice. So I'm going to do that, and I want you guys just to kind of bear with me and be patient with me for a second. But I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. So here's what I know. I know that I could potentially roll a 1, and then I could roll a 1 again. And I know that I can roll a 1, and then I could roll a 2. And I can roll a 1, and then a 3. And I can roll a 1 and then a 4. And then I can roll a 1 and then a 5. And I can also roll a 1 and then a 6. So let's be clear. I'm going to move those over, give myself a little more space here. Those are all of the possibilities when I'm rolling a 1 on my first turn. But those are not all of the possibilities because it turns out that it's not a guarantee that I'm going to get a 1 on my first turn. So now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to say, okay. I also could roll a 2 on my first turn and then a 1. Or I could roll a 2 and then a 2. Or I can roll a 2 and a 3. I can roll a 2 and a 4. I can roll a 2 and a 5. And I can also roll a 2 and a 6. All right. Am I done? Of course not, because maybe I'll roll a 3 on my first turn. So that means that I can roll a 3 and a 1. Or a 3 and a 2. Or a 3 and a 3, a 3 and a 4. I can roll a 3 and a 5, and I can roll a 3 and then a 6. So right now, I'm just writing down all of the possible things that could happen when I roll that dice twice. Am I done? Certainly not. Because you know I could roll a 4 and a 1, or a 4 and a 2, and a 4 and a 3. And I can roll a 4 and a 4. I can roll a 4 and a 5, and I can also roll a 4 and a 6. Am I done? No, because we don't even see what we're looking for. Our goal is to roll a 6 and then a 6, and we haven't even written that one down yet. So we're going to go ahead and keep writing down more possibilities. We also know that I can roll a 5 and a 1, a 5 and a 2. We can roll a 5 and a 3, a 5 and a 4, a 5 and a 5, and then a 5 and a 6. We're almost done writing down all of the possibilities of rolling this dice twice. So let's do it now finally. Hey, look at it. I got a 6 on my first roll, but then I got a 1. I got a 6 on my first roll, but then I got a 2. I got a 6 on my first roll, and then a 3, a 6 and a 4, a 6 and a 5, and finally, here's the one we were looking for, a 6 and a 6. So here's the deal. We've just written down every possible thing that could happen when we roll that dice twice. And so now let's look at how many possibilities there are. And I think you guys can see, I kind of arranged this. It's an array, but I'm going to count it just to make sure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I'm sorry. 7, 8. No, that's sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 possibilities. 36 different things could happen when I roll that dice twice. And now, how many results are up here that we were actually looking for? 1. So what we can now say is that we know the likelihood that we're going to roll a 6 and then a 6. 1 out of 36. There are 36 possibilities, and only one of them has us rolling a 6 out of 6. So what I want to show you is this right here. The chance of rolling a 6 for just one roll is 1 out of 6. But if we roll that dice twice and we say, hey, what's the likelihood that we're going to roll a 6 the first time and then a 6 on the second time? It goes all the way up to 1 out of 36. And my question for you is, do we notice any pattern that has been taking place? Because writing out every possible combination is exhausting. And I'm hoping that you see it, but I am going to show you. Here's what we know. We know that every time we roll the dice, each time by itself, we have a 1 in 6 chance. So what I'm going to say is that, hey, on the first roll, I have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 6. And then on my second roll, again, I have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 6. But if we now say, okay, what is the likelihood that we're going to roll a 6 twice in a row with 2 rolls? We're actually going to take those probabilities and we're multiplying them by each other. I have a 1 in 6 chance the first time, and I have a 1 in 6 chance the second time. The likelihood that both of those rolls are going to be 6s is going to end up being 1 out of 36. So now I'm going to give you one more challenge question. And again, I'm going to ask you to pause it. And once you think you've solved it, then go ahead and resume the video to see if you've got it. Here we go. Let's think about this. What if we roll this dice 5 times? And I say, hey, I want to roll a 6 each of those times. I want to roll a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6. Now, in your mind right now, you're thinking, well, geez, that's probably pretty hard. If you've ever played the game Yahtzee before, the goal of Yahtzee is to get the same number 5 times. Except we usually give you 3 turns to try to do that. We don't ask you to do it in one single turn. So it's going to be difficult, but I want you guys to see if you can use mathematics to figure out what is the likelihood that you will roll a 6, a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 6 with all 5 of your rolls. So pause the video, go ahead and work it out a little bit, and once you think you have an answer, go ahead and resume, because in about 3 seconds here, I'm going to go ahead and show you that solution. All right, welcome back. So hopefully you've done a little bit of math. Hopefully you've kind of crunched some numbers here. Let me show you our solution. So, guys, here's the deal. We know there's going to be 5 rolls. We got roll number 1, roll number 2, roll 3, roll 4, roll 5. And for each of those rolls, you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting a 6. So 1 in 6 on the first time, 1 in 6 again, 1 in 6 again, 1 in 6 again, and 1 in 6 again. But if our goal is to get a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6, and then a 6, the chances of that happening become significantly more difficult every time we decide to add an extra roll. So we knew that when it was just 2 rolls, we had to take 1 6 and we had to multiply it times 1 6. We had to do it twice. But since there was a 1 in 6 chance each of those times, we have to multiply 1 6 times 1 6, 1 times 1 6 times 1 6 times 1 6, which is the same thing, by the way. I can write this as an exponent as 1 6 to the 5th power. I'm going to write that exponentially. And if you actually went ahead and you multiplied 1 6 times 1 6, 1 times 1 6 times 1 6 times 1 6, your likelihood of rolling a 6 on all 5 of your rolls is 1 out of 7,776. That's your probability. So I want to so first off, let's think about what that means. It means that when you roll a dice 5 times in a row, that means that there is 7,776 possible combinations. You could roll a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 1. You could roll a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 2. You could roll a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 3, and so on and so on. And if you write down all of those combinations, all of the possibilities, there's going to be 7,776 of them. And only one of those is going to be a 6, a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 6. And now let's think about let's one more time, just think about how unlikely that is to happen. Let's pretend you have like a paper bag and you put 7,776 like ping pong balls in that bag, and they're numbered 1 through 7,776. And I say, hey, you're going to reach your hand into that bag, and I'm going to ask you to take out the ball that has the number 1 on it. Think about how good of chances you are of pulling out that 1 with the number 1 on it. Seems really, really, really unlikely, but that's how difficult we're talking about. So if you ever hear people talk about like, hey, man, the chances of winning the lottery it's actually easier to get struck by lightning, that's probably true. Because when you think about when we actually play the lottery, there's usually like 55, 60 possible numbers in there. And what are the odds that you're going to get the exact right number 5 times in a row? All right, I hope you guys found this interesting. And yeah, I hope this was fun. I hope you learned something new. And there will be another video come next week. All right, take it easy, guys.